All right, welcome back. So I've already taken the neighboring province, and I'm about to end my turn. So as you can see, the clan that I chose to trade with, they immediately lost their province, and I think that was the only province they had. So now I have to establish new trade. I can now trade with the Hattori. I'm going to go ahead and start trading with them. I'm also going to
Guard,
request
our
some
recruiting
money to
runs
see
short
if they'll
now.
pay.
Do not waste this chance I give
It
to you.
looks like they will pay, so let's see how much they're willing to pay. 2,000 gold, 3,000 gold. Let's see how much I can get them for. 4,000 gold. 6,000 is a little bit too much. I have a feeling that they'll settle at 5,000 gold. 5,000 is too much, so let's just go ahead and settle for 4,000. So they're going to pay me 4,000 gold to trade, to establish a trade route with me. I'm going to take that immediately. And I have the opportunity to trade with another clan. Let's see if they
Welcome.
themselves are
I'm
willing to
here to
pay.
listen and to seek a worthy outcome to our discussions.
So they are not willing to pay. It's early in the game. They're my neighbors. I typically try to trade with my neighbors regardless. When I'm trading on sea routes, though, I'll make a decision whether or not I want to try to starve that player out or if I want to try to trade with them. But, they're my neighbors. I'm just going to trade with them even though they won't pay.
Let us.
So now my treasury has about 6,000 gold, and I can now start to build out more infrastructure. I'm going to try to build a new trading port here, and this trading port is already started. I'm also going to start scouting new trading partners. Uh, I need one more ship. Typically, what I like to do is I like to scout in both directions, east and west. And what else can I do with the resources that I have? I think now is a good time because I have the resource. Is a good time to upgrade my stronghold. I'm just going to upgrade just one stronghold instead of both of them. And of course, I am going to build more troops. And again, you want to be careful with trying to produce too many troops early. So now I have the first opportunity to get a special unit. And you know what? Early on when I was playing this game, I listened to some guy online on YouTube, and he was saying that the Yari Samurai aren't that much better than the Yari Ashigaru. And one of the things I found out late in the game is that when you build your army, right, when you build the army for your daimo or your general, you want to mix up the units because each of the units have special abilities or special uses. And I just find that the Yari Samurai are typically good for charging, right? And they can close the distance between uh, they can close the distance between their target pretty quickly, quicker than any other unit that I'm aware of at this time. And so, yeah, I'm going to choose to basically start to develop. Sorry, I'm going to go ahead and start to basically develop the Yari Samurai. I'm just going to do one, two at a time because they're going to be useful. So I'm just going to go ahead and end my turn. I think I've done all the things I need to do in this round. Okay, I have another ship right away. I'm going to send him over east. The other ship that I started to sail is well on his way. I'm just going to push him along, and let's see what we have here. It looks like I am pretty well off, and there's really not much for me to do here. I think I'll build another Yari Samurai. I'll probably have a total of four. And I plan to have at least 2 armies early on, and I plan to have 2 for each army. Uh, so I'm going to go ahead and continue down the Buddhist development tree because I want to get that 20% cost of reduction for my monks. After that, I'm going to switch over and start to develop the Total Fukin. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And that's going to give me -5% upkeep cost for all armies and the navies, right? But this is going to be necessary in order to get to equal fields, which is going to give me +2% wealth generated by farms across all provinces. And it's basically going to allow me to get more out of my farms, and I'm going to need that. And I'm also going to keep going, or I mean, eventually I want to get the land consolidation, which is going to increase trade incomes, increase the trade income tariffs only by 20%, and is going to provide an extra 2 food. So that's my goal. That's my goal in the near future. So I've just got my first Yari Samurai units. I'm still building the trading ports that should be ready in the next turn. Let's see how far my ship has sailed. Alright, so now I am starting to see different clans that I can trade with. I kind of want to put the scouting on autopilot, so what I typically do is select a route way out of the way, and then I'll just kind of forget about it. Then I'll come over to this guy, and this will need a little bit more micromanagement because I want to discover all the little valleys and the gaps, all the little sea banks, not valleys and gaps, but the sea banks. Uh, so again, there's really not much for me to do here, but just create more troops. Going to balance this out. Typically, I try not to have more than 4 archers per army, and this is something that I can do early in the game, but as the game progresses, it becomes harder and harder to balance out your units, right? So here I'm going to build one more, select to build one more Yari Samurai, 1 archer, and 3 more, if you will, Yari Ashikawa units. And that should complete one of my armies. And then 2 of the Yari Samurai I'm going to use for the other army. Okay, so let's see what we have. All right, so a couple of things have happened now. The first thing we should take note of is that we now have a trading port, so now we can trade overseas, and you'll know who you can trade with when you look at the icon. You'll see the little ship. I guess you can call it a ship. These trading port icons are pretty bad, so it's hard to figure out who you can trade with. It's very easy to miss when you're under a lot of pressure. You have a lot going on in real life, and you're trying to play this game. So one of the things about this game is that it takes a lot of attention and focus. So if you're not able to pay attention, you're going to increase the chance that you're going to lose. This is not one of those games where you can just kind of hack and slash at. So it looks like I have one C trading partner, and when you click on the clan, you can see all the provinces that they own, and you can see that in white. You should also notice that they are labeled dependable in terms of integrity, and their temperament is ambitious, which means they are constantly trying to conquer things. And then their attitude is indifferent. I'm going to take this to mean that that's how they treat other clans typically. They're typically indifferent, and then their wealth and power are moderate. So this information is going to be useful if you decide that you want to, if you decide you want to request an
Please,
alliance.
speak honestly,
Now, right
and I
now,
will
I
give you
can't
good
request an
attention.
alliance because I'm actually someone else's bitch. So whenever, and when I say bitch, basically it's called a vassal. So I'm the vassal of another clan, and I can only escape that other clan if I choose to go to war with them. It's a bit too early for me to choose to go to war, so I'm just going to elect not to break my vassalship. So it looks like I'm going to get 3,000 gold from trading with this guy up front.
Let us hope that today ends well.
And that is probably going to end my turn. There's not much else to do from here. Yeah, I can't really trade with anybody. Oh, so now I get a choice to actually build my next infrastructure. So I can choose to build a sake den, sake den, or I can choose to build a monastery. So I'm going to actually choose to build a sake den. The monastery is going to give me 1+ happiness for all Buddhist population, and it's going to convert the population to Buddhism, and it's going to allow me to recruit monks, which are agents that I can use on my provinces as well as the enemy's province. Uh, the Ninja Den is going to give me 2 provincial happiness. It's also going to give me 100 wealth for my province. And wealth is a very important aspect of this game. I'm just going to go ahead and go with for now, I'm going to go with the Satan. And eventually, hopefully sometime in the future, I'm going to build out the other castle, the other castle town. But right now, I'm a little reluctant to do it because I only have 1 food left, so I'm just gonna hold off for now. So the other thing that happens is that you get missions from the game. Sometimes I ignore these. It says capture the province Izu, Caesar's remaining 6. You know, sometimes I ignore those little challenges because Izu, and actually Izu is a really good province to capture because it's going to give you it's going to give you the ability to mine gold. It's a very wealthy province, but I'm going to capture it. If I capture it, I'll do it on my own time. I don't like to take all the challenges from the game because the game at that point will be kind of like driving your progression, and I like to kind of choose, my own. I like to make my own choices. I like to be my own man. I don't want the game telling me what to do. So, there's really not much here for me to do at this point. I think what I am going to do is that I should have. What I am going to do is go ahead and steal. I'm not steal, but I'm going to reassign the 2 Yari samurais, and I'm going to put them in the other army. Um, and yeah, that's pretty much going to be it. And I'm also going to end this video, and then I'll see you guys right back in the next video.